Will artificial intelligence shift jobs?
Digital platform is the only way out in which we can actually upskill our knowledge, and that too from the best of the best trainers available in the world. I believe the bigger cyber troubles are yet to come. It's like medical is not medical today. Finance is not financial today. Education is not educational today. Future is a combination of AI plus HI.
Hello everyone, I'm Anuradha Ghosh and I extend a hearty welcome to all the viewers present here. This is our first podcast in the series of Learn and Grow with Poddar. Our first guest today is Dr. Saurabh Maheshwari. He is a tech and a management consultant. He is an international trainer with fintech industry. He has a postgraduate degree in technology and a doctorate in management. He is acting as an international trainer in the fintech industry for about 15 years now, and he has trained many financial professionals. He is a founder of the company Wise Consultants and also a co-founder of Skills Tech LLP. I welcome you to the show, sir.
Pleasure being out here.
Thank you, sir. In this conversation, we are going to discuss ideas and strategies and equip ourselves with the knowledge around artificial intelligence. Let's straight away dive into our conversation today, the topic, impact of artificial intelligence, digital transformation on business education. I also extend a warm welcome to all the listeners here today who have joined us live. Sir, my first question to you is, will artificial intelligence shift jobs?
Before answering this particular question, let's understand what exactly AI is all about.
Yes.
So people have misconceptualized the concept of artificial intelligence. My counter question to you, can you tell me what is artificial in artificial intelligence?
What is artificial intelligence?
What is artificial in artificial intelligence?
Well, okay, sir, I would request you to answer that question yourself.
There is nothing artificial.
Okay.
Because knowledge is always real.
Okay.
So we have acquired the knowledge, we have nurtured the knowledge in thousands of years of our being on this planet Earth.
Yes.
It has just artificially infused into the system or installed into the system. So the system become artificial intelligence.
Okay.
They don't have to devote that 1,000 years of timeline to acquire the knowledge. Right? Now when the devices are being built up by us, they are being developed, secured, mentored by us, it is very impractical that we will develop something which is going to take our jobs. So AI or any other technology. So let's take the transformation era which has been there in the industry from last around 400 years, which is digital transformation actually. It is 400 years plus wherein transformation is happening from the industrial perspective. It's being a misconception 400 years back also that machines can take the jobs. Then when electrification comes up, it can take the jobs. Then computers came up, it can take the jobs. And now the shift is towards AI. None of the technology is going to take the jobs because humans are there born with something called natural intelligence, creativity, common sense. Now all these 3-4 parameters can never be codified. System will not be able to think like natural human beings. System can never be having common sense into it. So there is no chance at all that devices, any devices, it's not today, maybe 500 years from now also, any devices of whatever intelligence is going to take the jobs. But yes, it's a job shift. So people have to upskill themselves from the tech side to be aligned with the new jobs coming up in the market. It's like every time when there is a new transformation in the industry, as a human being, as a professional, it becomes a necessary for us to get the right domain knowledge so that we are sustainable in the industry. Otherwise, humans will replace humans. So humans with tech skills will replace humans without tech skills.
Okay. So your message to all the viewers is that we have to upskill ourselves if you want to survive in the world which is seeing the boom of artificial intelligence. So that is the message from Saurabh sir to all of us today. And there is nothing to be scared about.
No, you have to be scared because this transformation is now catalyzed with a much faster speed. So earlier, the upskilling duration was like 50 years, 100 years, 20 years. Now upskilling duration is like 2 months or maybe 2 weeks. So you have to acquire new skills, take new, tools into the market and make sure how you are effectively using those tools. So the only thing which is going to change with time is the duration of upskilling yourself. The
Okay.
faster you upskill, the more sustainable and growth perspective you have in the industry. Otherwise, you'll stuck up at some place.
So we have to really upgrade ourselves at a faster pace. And which also takes me to another question, which I'm sure is lurking in the minds of many faculty members and teachers who are watching us today. Is traditional teaching going to take a setback through infusion of artificial intelligence?
Again, no, because teaching is also a profession. So as
Yes.
any other profession is not affected, so how come teaching? You just need to make sure that now with the right data analytical tools and AI tools, you can actually develop your entire learning curve in such an effective manner that the same knowledge can be imparted to the youth in much lesser duration
Okay.
and that too much personalized. See what has been there in the transformation. You take a 5,000-year-old transformation phases. Earlier, the education was very personalized. Have you ever seen during your Mahabharata or Ramayana phase, wherein a uniform education has been given to all the students? No.
No.
So Arjuna was being told specifically to have archery.
Yes.
Fine. And similarly, other members in the same family are being told different skills. So as a Guru Dronacharya was able to understand who is capable of doing what, and the right
Yes.
skills are imparted. But from that time till today's scenario, we have come down to a format like uniformity of education. Now we are giving the same education to every one of them, which is again not right. But with the advent of the technology, we can go for personalized education. Personalized
Yeah.
learning curve and learning environment can be created or curated, actually, you can say that, for every individual students. So I think it's not like teaching profession is changing, but now teacher has to adapt to, rather than giving one size fit all teaching methodology, to a curated methodology for every student. So that the shift will happen, and I think this shift is very much important for all of us because we are not made same by God. We all are different. So I
True.
have a same educational strategy for all students. So I think the teachers now have to use these tools effectively to create unified, or you can say personalized, learning ecosystem for all.
Wonderful message, wonderful message. So, as our topic suggests, the impact of artificial intelligence and digital transformation on business education, right? So, how AI tool can be used for enhancing creativity in business? Is it possible that way?
Yeah. See, practically speaking, students in business have to do more of industry alignment rather than sitting in the classrooms and doing those theoretical questions, papers, and all those things. Before AI, when internet was there, the slight accessibility to the real-time cases and real-time scenarios was there. Even before internet, these cases were not available. So we have to depend on certain books. And if the books are not available, those cases which are going all around the world, maybe in Harvard schools or Stanford schools, are not available. But now with the help of AI, we are not only getting the real-time cases available at all the other time, we can also create certain unique cases for the student based on our own terms and conditions and circumstances.
Okay.
So what AI has given, so if you are able to draft up a good prompt in which particular scenarios and situations and problematic statements are given, the AI will create a unique case for you, which is not been there in the entire market altogether. So now student is getting some personalized problems for which the solution needs to be crafted on the basis of learning he get in the
Okay.
classrooms. So what new scenarios have been built up, that now it's not like every student is getting the same case of XYZ company and they are all solving the same case. So
Yes.
every student has a different case and different learning curve and different problem statements, and now let's see whether they are able to imbibe their knowledge or not.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. I mean, you mean to say that this would also address the different learning styles that the student has, and it wouldn't be one size fit all. Wonderful. That's a wonderful thing about AI that we all have learned here today. Uh, As we talk about business education, we talk about the students who are involved in business studies and management. What skill set do you think a student should have in this world full of dynamism with artificial intelligence?
See, whether it is AI or not AI, the entire business industry is based on data.
Yes.
So whether it is HR data, whether it is financial data, whether it is marketing data, sales data, research data, whatever. So if the management student of whatever specialization domain is able to understand the data and the kind of data set now which is available in the public domain, if the student is able to nurture that particular data, I think it will create a new business horizon or new opportunities for them altogether. So saying so, I say that today when the student is going forward for management educations in their own specialized domain, they have to understand the sources of data, the nurturing of data, the processing of data, and then finding out the patterns of data, whether it is predictive analytics or whether it is cognitive analytics. And with this, thereafter inclusion of AI will create new business opportunities for them. So if you talk about today any startup, all are based on certain data, certain AI facts only.
Yes.
They've identified certain lacunas, loopholes, or voids in the current business because of their data analytical skills, and they've created a billion-dollar business for them. So I think not only current business and jobs, but also new business opportunities are also generated from this only. So in a nutshell, every student from the management perspective have to understand data sciences, data analytics,
yes,
and identify the format of data nurturing. And with this, I think it's not like they have to understand certain tech tools.
Okay.
Because as soon as I say data, most of the students feel like technology tools, like without naming anything, they have to understand those tools and
Sure.
be a tech graduate. But I believe with the AI, you just need to understand data, put the data, ask a prompt, the AI will analyze the data for you.
Okay.
So rather than you learning the tool, you have to understand what's your problem statement and how to get the solution done. The tool usage, let the AI do that.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful message. So, in this AI driven world, in this world where AI has taken the spot, do you think that soft skills is still relevant?
Yeah, very much relevant. See, I'll put up something into Hindi to make sure everybody understand. As a human being, since the day we have taken birth on this planet Earth, the only unique skill we have is bhasha ki power, bhasha
True.
ki takat.
Bhasha ki takat.
So with AI also, that becomes very much important because writing a prompt and making a very sensible, very articulated prompt, which is making sense out of it and getting something valuable, is again the power of the same bhasha itself.
Yes.
So 1,000 years back also, today also, the only thing which we realize after the advent of AI also is like the power of language and the power of bhasha, actually you can say that. So coming to your question, so if any student has to undergo right usage or understand the right usage of AI, they need to understand the right way of skills. And I think soft skills, language skills, articulation of your prompts, and making sure that you are able to present your things in a very perfect manner, that is important. So it's like misconception that any skills of the human are going to be taken away by AI. But I think usage of AI depends on our own skills only.
Yes.
So how well you can use AI or how I can use AI, even the tool remain the same. It's how we curate our problem statement in the front of AI. So again, soft skill, language skills and all are going to be, I think, even more important as compared to today's scenario.
True. So as they say, like it has been noticed that many of our youth, they are quite compromised when it comes to the most important soft skills of today's world. That's critical thinking, problem solving, and effective communication skills. So do you think that artificial intelligence can also help youth to work on those skills?
Yes. Earlier, I'll talk about 20 years, 30 years back, or even during my college days, we have to be dependent on certain individuals to teach us the right skills. And the faculties and people are like over-occupied because during my days, even English was a tough language to learn. So we are dependent on people who can actually teach us the right language skills. But again, with the help of AI and technological world today, you can ask questions and the AI can actually be an assistant for you in preparing yourself for the interview. You have not tried it out, but I think students should try. You can tell GPT, please try to act as an interviewer for a top management schools or a top company like tech company or a financial company, and ask questions to me on the basis of the similar interviews happened in the past, and evaluate me whether I am right or wrong, and then suggest me also. You take this particular role to AI. Now AI is going to act as an interviewer for you, going to ask questions, going to evaluate you, and also going to identify the gaps and suggest you what needs to be done for you. I think this kind of assessment was earlier not practically possible. And
True.
with individual people like you who are going to take an interview and assess in the entire day, it's practically possible for you only to evaluate 4 or 5 of them. But with the help of AI, I think every student has its own ecosystem wherein the evaluation becomes real time for him, learning becomes real time, gap analysis becomes real time, and enhancement is also real time.
True. So artificial intelligence is a friend to stay here
Obviously.
and not a foe at all. So we all have to curb this fear from our mind, which has really been lurking in all of us in the present scenario.
Actually, I take it as a companion.
Yes.
A companion which is actually learning with you, sitting with you, making you more efficient, and at the end of the day, giving you better output.
True. Very true. So, Saurabh sir, as we can see that online education has become a part of our education system, in the recent times. So, do you think that online education is of real worth and can go hand in hand with the traditional teaching methods?
Yes, reason again, I've already told you that upskilling is a necessity.
Yes.
Now, upskilling the youth today is practically impossible when it comes to trainers like me. Suppose I have to upskill 10,000 people. Obviously, in a go, I cannot teach more than 1,000, or maybe it's less than 1,050 or 100 people with an effective mode of learning. So for 10,000, I have to take 200 odd batches. Now, taking 200 batches means 200 days of occupancy. Whereas when it comes to online or digital platforms like YouTube has become an emergent platform, and thousands of all are there, they are actually letting us explore the market and reach out to that last mile. Actually, you can say that last individual also sitting at a remote location. So internet and I think digital platforms should be taken as a right tool, a right weapon through which we can actually make sure that we are spreading out in a masses, and that too very scalable as well. Point one. Point two is that when it comes to digital education, we have to understand that market is being categorized to different formats. So education is like formal education from school perspective, colleges perspective, and then professional perspective, like you and me at the age of 35, 40, 50 and all still want to upskill ourselves. For schools, I believe like digital education should be like an add-on thing, not a substitute. For a college graduate, it can be like companion, going parallel. The college learning can go at the same time, industrial learning can be done on an online mode. But for you and me, like professionals, I think that's the only tool which is on our hand. We cannot go to school. We do not have time to go to colleges.
Yes.
But upskilling is necessary.
Upskilling.
Right.
Yes.
So digital platform is the only way out in which we can actually upskill our knowledge, and that too from the best of the best trainers available in the world.
So it is here to stay, and digital platform is for all of us to upgrade ourselves in terms of knowledge and skills, and which is also the necessity of the times. So the question which comes to my mind now is that when we talk about artificial intelligence, what role does the ethics play in it?
Very much. One part we have to take that most of these AI platforms take primary data from the internet.
Yes.
And internet is full of garbage. It's having ethical and unethical part as well. And AI is just an agent which is going to nurture the data which either we give or it takes from the internet. So if whatever the source of data, if it is unethical data, if it is junk data, if it is garbage data, then obviously it's working in a format called GIGO.
Yes.
That is garbage in, garbage out. So we have to make sure that right guardrails needs to be built up, right parameters needs to be built up so that AI should not accept unethical questions. Just to share with you, there are multiple incidences. Initially, when ChatGPT was there, somebody has asked how to kill a friend. ChatGPT does the entire process in a step-by-step mode.
Okay.
Just 3 weeks back, there was a news in newspaper wherein a student was scolded by Gemini, saying that you are burden on this planet Earth, please go and die.
Okay.
right? So irrespective of what the response come, I still say that what the questions we have asked from them.
Mm-hmm.
So the student who has asked the question from ChatGPT and ChatGPT is unable to respond it very precisely, the student scolded the ChatGPT that you are wrong, you are bullshit, and you are of no use. Please go back and die. The same come back to us.
Okay.
So it's like echoing ourselves. But I accept that we should not scold or we should not use abusive word, but at the same time, the companies who are building AI agents and AI platforms needs to make sure the AI devices or AI tools should restrict certain words, certain statements, certain sentences, and avoid giving output of those. Either by saying this question does not belong to me, or else not the right tone and right format of answering the questions, so that we are putting up the guardrails. But yes, ethics is going to be a big trouble, because you never know that people in the market are using AI in what format, what mode, and what is the intention of using AI. They can articulate the question in a very positive manner, yet they can intentions might be negative. So ethics or no ethics, I believe like it depends on the users. We cannot
Okay.
make the device ethical. If the devices could have been ethical, I think the first device to make ethical is knife, so that does not enter anybody's stomach and only be on the fruits and salads to cut. Right. So AI is, again, we can put up the guardrails, but ethical usage of AI depends on the human. If humans are ethical, I think AI is going to give us an outstanding reply as an output. If we are unethical, I think AI can actually be the most dangerous weapon in our hand.
So can we groom the youth and the youngsters who are using AI for their professional purposes? Can we groom and train them so that they can use the artificial intelligence in more ethical manner? Is it possible that way?
Yeah. So this is what I think we need to make sure to build up an AI competent society. So there are two different types of professionals we need in the market. One is the people who are developing the AI tools and AI technologies, and one who are actually using it. And I think 99% of the people are from the user's perspective.
From the users'
So
perspective.
we have to give them right training in like what tools are relevant for you, how to use the tools effectively, what is the right way of crafting a prompt, and what guardrails needs to be placed in, so that you get a right and relevant response. So training has to be given, and I think this has to be a part of almost every curriculum from school to college to professional, how to effectively use AI.
Yes.
That is very important, because see, today even 5-year-old kid is also using AI.
Yes.
Now, in what manner they are using and what responses they are getting, they may get distracted and they may get very good positive output as well. So right training is needed from grassroots level to the topmost level.
Yes. I think right training is needed from the grassroots level itself. Even when we have put coding in the curricula, we have put so many other, parts and systems of artificial intelligence in the whole academic curriculum. So my next question to you would be, there are certain potential risks which are associated with advanced artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Can we mitigate them?
See, it's become a race today actually in the market. So almost every company wants to surpass other ones and to prove their supremacy in the market. So for us, like a common man, we are just a user. We cannot put certain restrictions on them. The restriction needs to be placed in by government and authorities by building up certain regulations and compliances. And I think uh, to start the race, the European Union has already framed up Artificial Intelligence Act. So I think sooner or later, almost every country needs to have their own AI act to regulate the usage of AI, to control the usage of AI, and make sure that whatever is being developed by these companies should be benefiting the industry and in totality the humankind.
Okay.
Otherwise, we are on a wrong direction, because in this race of developing the AI tools and AI agents, and all companies are actually going to an extreme level. And the tools which are, you can say, in a process to come down, for me, I'm slightly horrified.
Saurabh sir, my next question to you is, what are some of the potential risks which are associated with advanced artificial intelligence, and how can we arrest them?
See, when it comes to tech market, risks are always there. What AI has catalyzed is that now every Tom, Dick, and Harry is knowing about coding, knowing about a lot of technicalities into a particular system. So cyber problems are yet to come in a bigger manner.
Okay.
If although I do not want to be right, but if I am right, if my research is right, I believe the bigger cyber troubles are yet to come. We are just on the edge of a small troublesome market which is already affecting to all of us. Almost every second person today is getting some sort of nonsense calls, threatening calls, or impersonation attacking calls and all those things. But I think this is just the start of the bigger trouble.
Okay, it's the tip of the iceberg, you
Yeah,
would say.
yeah. So AI is actually given the power to almost everyone who is knowing tech or not knowing tech to deep dive into tech.
Okay.
Fine. And today, giving you certain tools, even you and me, leave me, you who is not knowing the technology as of now, can actually create a very amazing software just like writing a prompt without writing a single line of code. So if you can create a constructive software, I think creation of a virus or creation of certain attacking tools is also equally easy. So threats are pretty big, very big, and we don't know people how they will be using these kind of AI tools in an effective or ineffective manner. So the only education and awareness can actually save us now, but the problems are pretty big to come.
Okay. So awareness is very important when it comes to mitigating these risks, which can be posed by artificial intelligence, and we are standing at the tip of the iceberg, as Saurabh sir says. So with that, I come to the next question, Saurabh sir. Like the work structure, the work culture is changing across the globe. So do you think artificial intelligence has played some role in that?
Yeah, it's actually already playing a major role. See, because of connected word, which internet is already connected, today it is connected knowledge. So whatever you are seeing on your mobile phones, maybe an ad of Swiggy or a hotel advertisements or hotel push notifications on Make My Trip, or maybe certain other information what comes up, it's actually based on your past data only. So today internet is actually knowing, or AI tools are knowing more than what you know about yourself.
Okay.
And it's not only you, it's like similar people of your own profile or your friend circle, whatever they are doing, the AI is also monitoring that and pushing you something which is in your domain, which you are seeing in your domain. So just an example for you, suppose Facebook knows that four of your friends, you friends, are posting photographs and videos almost on the regular basis. So if three of your friends goes to Goa, by default you get a notification from Make My Trip or some or certain other that you are having. Do you want to trip a Goa? You have an hotel offer of Goa or maybe a flight offer of Goa, because your three friends have already visited. So they are knowing that now you are going to be the fourth customer.
Okay.
Fine. So it is completely push market. So AI is actually created that ecosystem wherein data of not yours but your colleagues, your friends, your relatives, the same cluster group is also being monitored by them, and you are only seeing those products and services which are actually within that particular vicinity. Right? It is also giving you a precise marketing and services, but also it is also pushing you towards a particular segment which you may or may not be interested towards for. So AI has actually created a new business model altogether. And as a marketing person, as a student, or as a management, what do you say, professional, understanding this is the next best thing you can do in your life. Without this, you'll not be able to run even a startup or a business. You'll not be able to have a sales channel, marketing, and everything. So today only I was discussing with few of the individuals who, after understanding all this, says that we have to completely revamp the marketing strategy. I say yes. If you are not done it as of now, I think you are lagging behind the race. So it is connected knowledge today. I have told you, again I'm repeating my words, it's not connected people, it's connected knowledge. And because of this connected knowledge only, we can actually create a completely new business model which is liked, demanded, and futuristic in the market.
Wonderful message. It's an eye opener for me as well when Saurabh sir says that there are some advertisement on the Facebooks which can really hook us and also can suggest our future plans to us even if we don't want to. So that is an eye opener for all of us who are listening to us today. And it sometimes also becomes scary to understand these things. Yes, it is a friend, as you said, but then caution is very important when it comes to dealing with artificial intelligence.
So it's a friend from where you can take the good things out of it and bad things also. Now it's that's your choice what you want to extract.
Yes. And when you talked about ethics, it's important that we also keep a good check on ourselves when we deal with artificial intelligence or when we operate on that.
Yeah. So I say that this is what is known as machine learning. So it's not AI. AI is being now, you can say, it's a subset. AI is a superset, subset becomes machine learning.
Okay.
So devices are learning from you. So
Okay.
more you are pushing them, more you are asking some sort of questions, you are replying them yes or no or good or bad or liked or disliked. They are knowing what kind of person you are, what kind of likes and dislikes you have. So whatever coming to you is based on your past data itself.
Okay.
Fine. So make sure that you are training your companion in a right manner.
Yes, yes. And as a lot of students who are watching us today, and they are the frequent users of Instagram and Facebook and all the social media platforms that are available. So, do you think that those, the platforms are also taking their data, as you said, and they have to be cautious on that in that part?
See, there is no application today, no internet website today which is not taking your data. Fine. So data is actually treated as the new gold in the industry. So more you mine the gold, more richer you are. So companies are actually mining it as much as that possible in that ecosystem. When it comes to companies like Insta, Facebook and all, they are only and only surviving based on data. Otherwise, what is the revenue source for them? They are selling every bit of your data. Every bit of your data is being sold out in some way or the other. So when you're watching a reel, let's take some examples and all. When you're watching a reel and you stuck up to a certain reel of maybe a movie, fine, let's take Three Idiot as a movie, and you see a video of that. You see that particular video for about 2 minutes or so. Even without you searching something, when you are putting up your eyes on a particular video or a photograph for a few seconds, they are actually monitoring what is there on your screen.
Okay.
So your next third, fourth, fifth video is all comes up in the same sequence of the same manner.
Yes.
So who says the data is generated by the human? Data is captured by the device itself because we have permitted them. So every application which is done on our system is being already permitted to take care of your SMS, photographs, videos. When you are seeing certain reels and all, you have given them the permission of your screen monitoring as well. So what is on your screen, it's not only you are seeing them, they are also knowing that what you are seeing.
Yes.
So push notification comes up in the same sequence. Right. So it's like people who are liking one particular political party, one particular stars, or one particular ideology, they keep on saying the similar videos always.
Yes.
Right. So that is all because of data.
Yes.
So every student, every individual need to understand that data privacy is a big problem, big concern. So always post something in the public domain which is to be for public. Don't post your personal thing in the public domain. Otherwise, the monitoring of yours become very easy for them.
But on the contrary, I think everybody is posting their
people needs to know what is private and what is public domain.
Yes. Yes.
So posting anything to public domain, that means you are letting yourself be exposed to others.
Yes.
You are being actually spied by them in almost 24/7 basis, almost on 24/7 basis. And when it comes to private domain, companies cannot deep dive into your private data. So when you are posting certain photographs of yours, maybe private photographs, family photographs and all, never try to post them in the public domain. And if you are posting in public domain, you are giving them the permission to analyze that.
Okay.
And for safeguarding the private data itself, government has already taken an initiative, which is a DPDP Act. That is Digital Personal Data Protection Act. So 2023. So Government of India has already come up with this particular act to ensure that privacy of an individual is intact, and companies will not be able to use the privacy data for their analytical purpose and giving you a certain push notifications and all. And that's amazingly curated act, but it will take time for the full implementation. The partial implementation is already processed, and I believe like 12 to 18 months from now, DPDP Act will be fully implemented.
Okay.
And I think every student or every individual like you and me has to know what is the power of DPDP and what power as an individual and a consumer we have in our hand from now onwards.
Okay. Okay. So there was this thing that I'd heard a long time back, and you'll be able to answer that, seeing your knowledge and your insight in the entire domain, that there are so many companies who often, when they recruit the freshers, and they often watch the kind of stuff which is being posted by those students on the social media platforms. So do you think it is true?
Yeah, that is very important, and this has been taken as a behavioral analysis of an individual.
Okay.
So they try to understand the behavior of an individual by the post, the likes, dislikes, the comments they are using. and also the words they are posting when they are curating some messages out there, maybe even for a hotel review to maybe a product review.
Okay.
And this is very important to understand the profile of an individual, the mindset of an individual, and what kind of personality actually you are.
Okay.
And I think this is very important. Earlier, we used to have some psychiatric individual who knows about psychology sitting in the panel to analyze you.
Yes.
And I think today AI is able to analyze that from your own data, deep dive into data, and give you that behavior analysis. I think much openly and much detailed, which a psychiatrist can actually do physically.
Okay. So that is true that often companies who wants to have a cross check on the behavior and the personality of the recruits, they do that often.
Yeah.
Right?
So I still, whenever I take sessions of management students, I try to put them that please try to put certain logical things on the internet. Please try to review certain articles, give certain national, international business newses, or some of the other review which are actually positioning yourself as a management student rather than just freak out youth who is just here for fun and all.
Yes.
So that personality showcasing makes a very big difference in the eyes of an HR when they are recruiting someone.
Yes. So that can be a quick tip to all the management students who are watching us, that beware of what you're posting and make sure that you position yourself well through these platforms. So, sir, another question that comes to my mind, and let there be some rapid fire questions also, which you answer and which even our listeners can enjoy to hear. Okay, so the first question is that what will be the impact of artificial intelligence on student well-being? We haven't talked about student well-being till yet. So, what do you think is the impact?
See, for me, students are divided into two categories, whereas below 18 and above 18.
Yes.
So below 18 have to be completely controlled and monitored by the parents, by their teachers. And I think their screen time, their usage time, their tool, which tool they are using and why they are using, for what purpose they are using, has to be completely in a controlled environment. And above 18, I believe, like college students and all, they are by default sensible, but still some sort of monitoring of them is still required. So as a parent, as a teacher, there is a responsibility of ours as well to make sure that the effective use of tools and the right tools are being used in a right manner. That is one part. Another important part is that most of the youth today is using AI tools for creation of their projects, assignments, answers and all.
Yes.
But let me tell you from your own platform itself, although most of the students might be knowing it, that it's not only you know AI tools. As a teacher, we also know how to depict that whether the output is generated by AI or not.
Yes.
So we are also having a similar tools to identify your AI generated outputs as well.
Yes.
Fine. And then on the other side, students say that we have a tool which can humanize the content. I say that we have a tool to check the humanized content as well. So don't worry. It's like ball is in both of our code. It's not in your code. It's not in my code. So both of us has the ball. Both of us has the bat. Who is going to play faster and better is going to win the race.
Okay.
Fine. And let me tell you, students might be very good in tech, but as a teacher, you are very good in your domain knowledge. So tech is just a small flavor which can be added to your profile at any point of time. So I still believe students and any youth who is actually using AI tools in a negative manner, I think teachers can actually decode your tools and identify what is right, what is wrong. So submission is that right tool usage is very important, and monitoring the right tool is our responsibility at the initial level. So I said below 18, above 18. So let's take our responsibility of below 18 youth, and above 18 needs to be monitored and mentored properly, because at that age we cannot force them to do something. We can just guide them to be in the right direction. But I think forcing, if first 18 years of your life is being nicely managed, I think rest of your life goes in a very systematic manner. So similarly, AI usage in both the age groups has to be initially directed by us and thereafter mentored by us.
Okay. So, do you think it also hinders the creativity of students? The overusage of artificial intelligence?
Yes.
Does it?
Very much.
As it is such an important skill. We all talked about the creativity, the creative skills in students, in all individuals, in fact.
See, again, it's how we use it actually. Some of the students are actually using AI in generating outstandingly creative content, which is actually enhancing their performance, at the same time letting them to excel in a particular domain much faster. but some of them are actually using AI tool to surpass and bypass their own efforts. So they are developing the output, and without even checking the output, they are putting the output in front of their trainers or in the market also. So there are two different kinds of vertical.
Okay.
Right? So people are using AI for effective output as well, and I think that has to be promoted more than the negative usage. And I still believe media actually goes on a negative side because it's a masala cover for them.
Yes.
So they go on that side that they try to project the negative usage of AI, but I think positive usage of creativity of AI is at next level, and you can actually make it your pro or your plus plus version for that. So I say that suppose you are the C version and your C plus plus can come up when you are using AI effectively on the immediate basis. Otherwise, you are by default your own C level of that. Similarly, when it comes to students who are actually negatively using AI, they are actually what do you say, bypassing and making sure that output comes fast without human intelligence. So when it comes to AI, I always want to give certain messages to everyone that make sure that human intelligence should always be superimposing the artificial intelligence. Let not artificial intelligence superimpose you.
Wow, that's a wonderful message. Yes, that's a wonderful message. Our own intelligence, the human intelligence, should actually superimpose the artificial intelligence. Beautiful message there. So it doesn't hinder creativity. No, it doesn't hinder creativity.
How you are using it? See, it's not like artificial intelligence. Even if you are driving a car, now whether you are driving is safe to reach out your destination in a very safe and on time, that depends. On the side, you can drive it rashly as well. So similarly, AI should be taken as another tool in the market. It should not be taken as a substitute of anything. It's just a tool. How you are using it, that depends on the user.
Yes, the understanding of how to use it depends on the user. Wonderful. So then you mean to say business schools should adopt AI very fast?
Yeah, they have to. I think if all those schools who are still not doing, I think they are already lagging in the race.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think everywhere certain tech tools, AI tools, certain automation tools must be taught with every level of the students. And it's not like if you are teaching something, it is going to be relevant in the market 4 months down the line also, because technology is changing so fast that you have to upskill yourself. So you have to train the students for two things. One is, this is what we are teaching you, and thereafter there is a mechanism of learning yourself as well. So keep on developing yourself, because we cannot handhold you for your entire life.
Yes.
So teach them once and then teach them how to teach themselves over a period of time.
Yes.
So this has to be a lifelong process for them.
Yes. So earlier there was a misconception, I would say now, that only the engineering students learn technology and work on artificial intelligence. But now I think, as you said, the management students have to be well equipped with the artificial intelligence understanding, with the artificial intelligence tools. They have to be well equipped with that.
Yeah. Not only management students, I think arts graduates, commerce graduates, medical people, AI is for all.
Yeah, it's for all.
And that is the reason today almost every industry we are actually living in or coming up with is not aligned with their own core words. Like medical is not medical today. Finance is not financial today. Education is not educational today. It has become ed tech, fintech, farm tech, med tech. So everywhere tech is there. And tech does not only means automation. Today tech is leading towards artificial intelligence. So now this is being, what do you say, another DNA into our own core domain, that tech has to be there. You cannot minus tech now. Yes. And whatever, the last end of tech is always AI.
Yes.
AI to what extent, that time will tell, but AI has to be the last extent. So you cannot substitute AI or you cannot minus AI. It is a part of your DNA as well now onwards, and DNA of almost every industry. So it's not management students. Every student have to imbibe the right skills to be sustainable in the market. Otherwise, as I always says, that you have to find out a way to Himalayas also, and for that also you need AI.
Yes.
Because you don't know the way to Himalayas.
So every student has to equip with the AI skills to remain upgraded, to remain abreast with what's happening around them, and to also follow the sustainability, right? So I would like to ask one question here, and we haven't talked about it yet. Does AI learning can also infuse some fun into learning?
Oh yes, why not? I think learning with AI, or you can say learning around AI, is very engaging. Actually, you see, today the generation we are actually dealing with is Generation Z and Generation Alpha.
Yes.
And these people are not so open enough. These are like me guys, me people who are within their own ecosystem.
Yes.
So within their ecosystem, when there are no colleagues, less friends, less of interactions, fine, and very few, what do you say, open communications. I think AI can actually be a very good companion for them to release down the pressure, to what do you say, one-on-one discussion with them, and learning with fun. You can ask even for suppose a marketing guy wants to understand marketing very effectively. So you can tell GPT or Chat GPT that please try to act as a teacher who is in a very fun-loving mode, who keep on asking funny questions and all, but always connecting the funny questions and replies or stories with certain learnings of marketing. So GPT is going to act in that manner. You can have a GPT which is rather than a boring class, maybe a very interactive and engaging class with you.
Okay. Okay. That's wonderful. Does AI also improve the MBA programs that are there?
See, I have already told it's irrespective of any program. I think every program needs to use the right AI tools. The teachers and the curriculum needs to incorporate right AI tools in their own teaching methodologies and give access to the students to effectively use AI.
Yes.
See, if you are not teaching them at this point of time, as soon as they enter the industry, they have to use them. So they will feel cheated that our institution has not given us the right skills. So right academic skills is the core part, but I think right AI skills is another core areas which we have to dive in now. Otherwise, students after getting into the market will feel cheated and blame the institution that institutions are justified those 2 years of mine.
Yes. So there has to be a proper balance with the academic learning along with the artificial intelligence learning.
Rather than balance, I say it should be blend.
Okay, it should be blend. Yes. So is coding the new language?
No,
No.
no. Prompting is new thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't feel that we need coders actually because AI is doing coding.
Okay.
We need people who can test, people who knows the logic, people who can actually understand the pain of the industry and try to find out a tech solution for that. It's practically impossible that everybody of us learns coding, and I think the world does not need so much amount of coders also.
Okay.
We need people who can rightly use the AI tools effectively for their own specific domains.
Okay. So with that, we have come to the end of our podcast today, and we have certain points that we have understood, and we have developed the insight about the impact of artificial intelligence, digital transformation on business education. And Saurabh sir has given us some beautiful tips. We need to amalgamate the academic teaching, academic learning with artificial intelligence, with the tech education. We also need to blend, as Saurabh sir corrected me, it's not the balance, but it's the blend of academic learning with artificial intelligence. The fun can also be incorporated, as he said, with the Chat GPT process. The fun can be incorporated in with artificial intelligence, and we all have to equip ourselves with the understanding of artificial intelligence, with the technological knowledge that would help us survive. That would help us survive in the industry professionally. So, with that one tip, we would finish the podcast, sir. That one tip, the last tip that you would like to send to our viewers and the listeners, and which will motivate them to learn about artificial intelligence more and be comfortable with it.
If it is to be one tip only, I say that future is a combination of AI plus HI. So let's not AI dominate HI, let's not HI dominate AI. Let's make it an AHI, that is augmenting the human intelligence. We use AI to augment ourselves, to develop ourselves, to explore ourselves, and to do something which as of now we are unable to do.
Okay. Okay. So you said about superimposing the human intelligence over artificial intelligence?
And make sure it is to be AHI. Our
Okay.
output should be AI plus HI, should be AHI, that is augmenting the human intelligence.
Augmenting.
And why I am saying so, because let me go slightly philosophical here. And if I calculate, if I'll calculate all of our life on this planet Earth, we have around 27,000 days. You calculate 365 into somewhere around 75, it comes out with 27,000 days. So with the effective use of artificial intelligence, I think we can save few of our days for our me time, family time, and friends time. So let's save as much as possible so that we can actually utilize our time like human being rather than being machines.
Wow. So let's be human beings rather than machines. With that message, we end our first podcast here today. And it has been a wonderful conversation with
Thank
Dr.
you.
Saurabh Maheshwari, sir. And I would like to thank him on behalf of entire Poddar family to enrich us with his knowledge and insight. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.